All right, y'all. Looks like we're good to go. Woo! Oh my God, guys. What a gauntlet. This has been an absolutely wild ride. Thank you for bearing with us and thriving with us through multiple power outages, multiple battery backup outages, two close call lawsuit-wise, just a number of near misses, and truly it has taken such wonderful parts of this community and bringing them all together for honestly, it could not have been a more perfect year zero. Yeah, whatever, lights or whatever. We don't need them. We don't need lights. So 1 year ago today, this was just an idea. It's taken 25 organizers, 30 volunteers, 7 villages, and tons of friends, and an absolutely hell of a lot of work to get here. So we're going to go through our awards first, and then some closing and thank yous. So I want to bring our badge team up here. Dan, Jordan, Aaron, and Roro, and Tracy. These people have put in so much work putting together the amazing badges that you have in front of you, and I want to give them the grace and praise that they deserve. Yeah, Roro, it's you. All right. I'll leave it to Jordan to talk about the badge challenge. Jordan?
Yeah. Oh. So, first of all, thank you to everyone who participated. We had about 130 people of you that signed up to play. Roro and I went and got a drink 3 months ago, and he said, "Hey, you want to do a badge challenge?" And I said, "Okay, sure." And so I wrote a game, and a lot of you played it, and some of you played it a little bit more hardcore than others. I see you. So the top 2 scorers are receiving free and, more importantly, guaranteed badges to next year's conference, because we sold out in how many minutes? 2. 2 minutes for the first round. Also, I did this in a lot of spare time and fixed a whole bunch of bugs yesterday and today, and unfortunately I did not fix one of the critical bugs. And because of that, if you look at the dashboard, someone who should have been in the number 2 spot dropped significantly because of an issue with sessions across devices, because I don't know what I'm doing. And they got a relatively big puzzle that the leader did not get. And so I am making an executive decision that even though the dashboard has different names, we're going to award it to Darth Beep and Dan for the top 2 scorers. So congratulations, and I will point out that of the 1,900 plus possible points in the game, the top was more like 860. So y'all got a little ways to go. But don't worry, I'm going to leave the game up, and the code will be open sourced at some point in the next couple of weeks if you're interested. That's it.
Thank you, Jordan. You've put an incredible amount of work on this. So for people who actually did love the badges, we have some that we did not get to soldering to finish for sale. So if you guys like little soldering kits, we have them at the front desk before you leave. Obviously, we did not sell them before right now for very obvious reasons.
We also have some that have been soldered.
Oh, we have some that have been pre-soldered if you would like to take home a memento that I guess is an extra. We also have the junkyard posters that are for sale, and then junkyard t-shirts that are for sale. But y'all also came through when we talked about the plushies yesterday. They all sold out before today. So really appreciate you guys. So we could actually afford those $600 REI backup generators. That was really huge. Okay, now to talk about Junkyard are Chris and Ryan. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. Well, Chris seems to be bringing a lot of crystal up. And so I'll get going to keep this going here. So we had, as you know, a number of junkyard categories. Most impactful, best meme target, and most innovative exploitation technique. The first prize will be for $4,000 in each category. The runner-up will be $1,000. Thank you so much to our sponsors who believed in this idea to make that cash prize possible. And so, without further ado,
Go for it. We got a runner-up first.
okay, we have a runner-up for most impactful to the SSD Labs team for Securely Insecure VPN. Could you come on up? Come on up, and I'm going to keep going, but please come up and get it. The next, for that category, the winner, we're very excited for Lemon's Grand Central Hack the Planet on traffic control devices. And if you could all stand up here for one group picture at the end.
Yeah, we'll do one group picture.
So it's... Thanks also to the sponsors who made Crystal possible. And the runner-up for Best Meme Target, because we wanted to not take ourselves too seriously, is Maxploit for ClickShock. Well, he's coming up. Those of you who may have heard while we were trying to hide it before we take the cover off, a dance machine from an arcade in Michigan, or by way of Michigan from China, from Korea, the final audition, Yitzy. And then in the last category, most innovative exploitation technique, which also got a mix in for just who had the best flair in the presentation. But for most innovative, Alan and William from Trail of Bits for Cloudy Wrench. And the winner, submitted from a DC Roadrunners Club, known for exploitation, apparently, the running community. Just another conventional exploit for Anna. So as they come up and take their picture, again, a thank you to our sponsors for making this insane idea possible. And thank you all who packed the room so much that we couldn't let more in. We are sorry. We will adjust room size next year. Thank you. Come by your posters.
All right, Ryan, just one quick photo of it. Well, why don't we do this? Can we do it at the end? Yeah, let's do it at the end.
Okay, after.
Just for time's sake. Who has the mic? Ryan, I need your. It's up there. No, the streaming mic. Oh, it's up there. Oh. It's like we've never done this before. Thank you so much to the Junkyard winners. Y'all can sit back down and we'll come back up for a group photo at the end. I just also want to thank our amazing Junkyard sponsors. They've done a phenomenal job working with us, bearing with us, judging for 4 hours for this whole contest. Before we move on to our next contest, I want to specify for the badge challenge winners, come up to me and give me your email after closing, so that way I have them, so that way we can make that future ticket possible. Okay, next up is Jump the Wall. And I'll have Kieran and Aaron come up, and Will and Reese come up, describe this wonderful contest that I don't think many of you were able to see. So, and at this point, we'll cut the streaming if possible.
And are you doing slides or am I doing slides?
You are doing slides. I've talked to many of you and been like, how are we doing? Like, what can we do better? Truly, like, as we're looking to build and grow and make sure that we keep things great the way that you guys like them and change things or make things easier on you guys, like, please let us know. If the QR code's too janky, like, we have our email and our social media. So just keep us in mind. All right, I'll turn it to Sarah, who's got some of our other thank yous, and then we'll basically wrap up. But
Yeah, sweet. All right, are we still streaming?
we can, but we don't have to. Are we?
Yeah.
Oh! Ha! Oh, I have it.
Again, we'll get better every year. I promise.
Everybody, good to see you again. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for coming. Can I just get, because we were arguing about this last night, so I wanted to take a poll. How many people would like DistrictCon to be bigger next year? Round of applause. Yeah? Okay. Sounds like a yes. Okay, you guys win. We're going big next year. We're gonna get more folks in the room. We're gonna do even more cool stuff. Thank you for coming. If you didn't pack the room like this, we wouldn't be so sure. But I think the standing room only audience really proves to us that we should do this again. We should do it bigger, but keep the fun hacker spirit. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for braving the dark. I hope that if you come next year and the lights are on, you won't be sad. I feel like people are like, oh man, it's too bright here. So. With that, I want to say thank you. I can't tell you how much it means to us that this many sponsors were willing to give us money for something that had never happened before. Really, being founding sponsors for this conference is just a huge leap of faith for these companies, and we really can't say thank you enough. None of this would have been possible without them. We would never be able to put on a con at a venue like this with as much tech as we had today, and to pay hackers for their work without sponsors. So thank you so much, and we hope you'll choose to support us again next year. We're going to. They're on another slide, but do you want me to? Okay. Okay, next, thank you to our amazing volunteers and our organizer team. Again, volunteers, they were like, yeah, I'll show up and give you free labor, even though I don't know you. Can we get a round of applause for our volunteers? Many of our volunteers, first of all, we had over 100 people apply to volunteer, which is absurd. Thank you. If you applied and didn't get accepted, thank you so much. We would love to be able to create a big enough umbrella for you to come next year. We really appreciate it. And for the volunteers who showed up, there was a requirement for 6 hours. I know almost a dozen folks that stayed for the entire con both days. So thank you so much. Really, like, there were a million things given that the power was out that we didn't anticipate needing to have help for, that we did only because people were willing to pull through for us. So we really appreciate it. We'll share even more silly photos of us dancing in the dark later. And thank you to the villages who visited VOV today. Spectacular. We love villages. Villages come to lots of cons, and this was really a proof of concept of what if we put them all in the same room together and we collaborated. We had a TTX on Friday with all the villages participating. So I hope you guys enjoyed collecting all the Lego figurines. If you didn't figure out what that base plate was, I see some in the back. You got all 5. We're going to keep the Lego theme going, and we're going to get as many villages as possible in the same room together next year so you can work with all of them again. So one more round of applause for the villages, please. That slide just said Winnona on it, so I totally improv that. Thank you again to the wider community. Thank to you guys. There's a bunch of folks that I need to thank right now that were not on any of these slides, but I need you all to know that this con would not have happened without them. First of all, ShmooCon Labs, who brought in a ton of equipment for us after the last ShmooCon and just donated it for us as a show of good faith for our conference. So thank you so much, everyone from ShmooCon Labs. Thank you. Thank you to our venue, who was willing to host us through a power outage, who ran to CVS to buy us hand sanitizer. They also have never done this before in a power outage. So thank you to everyone who's there to help with us, from the AV team to the hotel staff. I know many of you have had to move hotels who are staying here. I'm really sorry that happened. I hope you had a good experience. And we are really grateful for the hotel for dealing with it, and frankly for not kicking us out, even though it's very cold in here. So thank you to the hotel. Also, people that I haven't named yet that just said they were going to help throughout the conference, thank you. I don't know all of your names, but I very sincerely appreciate you. Clarity Innovations for lending us Nate. Where is Nate here? Where's Nate? Nate is not here. Nate is very tired because he ran a 6-hour TTX for us that he spent months preparing for all of the villages. So a round of applause for Nate, please. Oh no. we're losing what little light we have. I'm gonna go quickly. John Holtquist, who you all know, but you may not know that he ran on like a dime. He brought 3 giant batteries for us that he has for his many conferences. No questions asked, and he didn't even have a ticket. So thank you, John Holtquist. We're gonna get those back to you as soon as we can. And then lastly, the only reason that we had any Wi-Fi at all in order to run our contest was because of the integrity team. Clap if you know integrity. Integrity, legitimately, their team flew out from Belgium. Oh my God! Oh my God. There are people at the conference. I had no idea. Be cool, be cool. Morte, no. Thank you to the integrity team. So now that we have power, but we didn't have power, which meant that if we didn't have Wi-Fi connectivity, we wouldn't be able to have streamed any of these talks, and we probably would have had to cancel the conference. They flew out from Belgium with the networking equipment that cost thousands of dollars for free, and they spent the entire weekend setting that up for us backstage. And they were not sponsors. They didn't get any thank yous, but I really like
outside.
And it was cold, and they stayed in the cold hotel. So please give a round of applause for integrity. They saved this conference. Thank you so much. I think that's everything from me. I'm going to hand it back to Winnona to talk about year 1.
Yeah, gang. This is gonna be the most anticlimactic thing. I'm so sorry. Year 1 plans, we're working on it. And bigger. Truly, we had a team meeting about a couple of weeks ago, and we were like, oh God, like we're almost done with year 0. We have to start thinking about year 1. Like, what are we gonna do? And all of us were like, well, we want the community to decide. We want to make sure that what we're doing is best for this community of people that we're trying to build for. So we heard it. We're expanding. We'll figure it out. But if you guys want to help, doing that expansion is going to require more sponsors, more organizers, and people to spread the good word. Definitely reaching back out to that 100 list of volunteer applicants. So people who abide by the DistrictCon values, so that you have this wonderful sign outside. Be bold, collaborate in good faith, create meaningful connection, and above all else, be kind. I got that lovely thing embroidered on the back of my jacket. Be kind or leave. Thank you. But truly, for extra sponsors for year 1, let us know. And then we are a nonprofit, tax deductible, etc. But that's all of our year 1 plans. We will let you guys know when we have picked a venue, when the dates are. We are working on it. We do not have either of those things yet. But truly, this has been an unforgettable experience, like one of the best times of my life. I'm like,